It's time to leave this idyllic campsite and head off for today's new adventure. And that adventure is, we're headed down through Glenwood Canyon to where the Colorado and the Roaring Fork rivers meet. And we're gonna roll a kayak the Roaring Fork today. Look, it actually says rollerblades. We're acknowledged and not banished. This is great. Before I start my skate through the park, here's the memorial for the firefighters that died fighting the Storm King Mountain fire. I think in this day and age, it's important to remember that those who are employed by us, by our tax money, through our government, do important things for us and our community. Okay, there's the Roaring Fork. On the bridge, I was passing over the Colorado. We're gonna skate up here, find a bridge to cross the river, and then head up a little farther. And I think there's a place where I can put the boat in and start the paddling part of this adventure. All right, crossing the river for the next phase of this skate. Okay, I've been skating through a lot of private property so far, so hopefully I'll escape that soon. So let's see what's up here. This might be my put-in spot. I don't want to be on the freshly installed landscaping, but I think there's a path down here. If that's so, I think I'm gonna start boating. Oh yeah. Definitely a public place. It's got a porta potty, a bench. Let's go for a float. Starting the river part of the trip. Here we go. Back down the Roaring Fork until I get to the Colorado River on a beautiful autumn day. All right, here's my first bit of rapids. Now the question is does this river have more water in it than the Eagle River did? In other words, will I be riding the rapids or will I be riding the rocks? Let's find out. All right, that was pretty fun. There were certainly rocks to hit, but they were avoidable rocks. So big improvement over what I did on my last trip. All right, let's see what else we got going here. What I'm thinking as far as rollerblade adventures go, it's probably going to be the South Platte from here on out through the middle of the very urban landscape of Denver, because these mountain rivers are just going to run out of water as we approach the winter time. Yep, just a little bit ago, I was rollerblading this path right along the river. A pretty firm policy of no paddling except for when necessary. You know, it took quite a bit of effort to rollerblade up here. I don't want this trip to be over in a big hurry. So whenever there's an opportunity to stop paddling like now, that's what I'm gonna do. The thing about boating around here in low water is you got to figure out the difference of what does a submerged rock look like and what is just rapids. And I'm doing a better job of figuring it out this trip than the last one on the Eagle River, but I think that's because there's significantly deeper water in this river than there was in the Eagle. Not particularly my genius in identifying the river as I boat along. I remember this bit of the bike trail, rollerblading up here, which means I can't be far away from the Colorado River. There it is, the Colorado. Woohoo! Off we go down to the park. There I can see the pullout just ahead. And that last rapid, you know, I'm just sitting in a bathtub of water at this point. So we're gonna have to pour that all out, put all our wet crap in the car, and then it's gonna be time to, I think, find a sandwich and then drive on home.